What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Sean from 4GLU, 4 Geeks Like You, and you're now tuned into my review of Naruto Shippuden Manga issue 622, titled To the Other Side. Now, the issue picks up right where Madara and Hashirama are at the lake, and Hashirama is, sort of interfering with Madara's quote-unquote concentration or his skill to make the pebble reach the other side of the lake. It's a really funny scene that happens there. He's like, hey, get away from me. It's your fault that I can't throw it to the other side. And, Hashirama's getting real sensitive. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. But he's joking around with its sensitivity, and it actually made sense to have a good laugh during the beginning of this chapter. Now, while the two are talking, Hashirama notices that there's a body in the lake. And basically, he sees the body. And before he actually goes to the body, while he goes to the body, he actually tells Madara, I'm going to go now. I have to leave. And he tells him again, my name is Hashirama, and Madara says to him, my name is Madara, and Hashirama says that I can't tell you my surname. And Madara sort of picks up on that as Hashirama leaves, and he picks up on it because that's the way of the shinobi. Shinobis will tell you their first name, but they won't tell you their surnames. So Madara's like, oh, okay, so he's a shinobi, he's a ninja. Alright, I got it. Well, I'm a ninja too, anyway, and my name is Madara, and we already know that he's the Uchiha. So anyway, Hashirama brings the body back to his clan, and we get to see a little bit more insight on, an expansion of the Senju family. We get to see Hashirama's father, we get to see Tobirama, and we get to see another Senju brother, which his name is Itama, and he has like a little white hair, for what we can tell, white and black hair. They had to throw in a little mixture there, right? So we get to see this new brother, and we obviously know that he's not going to survive. Something's going to happen to him, right? Because he's not talked about in the future. They don't even mention him when they're older. Like, yeah, you know what? You should have brought back Itama or anything. Like, it was just like, oh okay. I guess that's a cool thing to have. So Hashirama is talking to his father, and he's like, the body that I picked up was a friend of mine, and he was only 7 years old. I'm just tired of this war. Children are dying, and all you adults are just sending your children in as shinobi. You're sacrificing us. And Hashirama's father just gives him a good whack across the face, a little quick. Ike turned to boop boop, and he hits him. And the thing about that scene was that it shows that Hashirama at that young age wasn't as involved in the ninja ways, you could say. Like, he wasn't, or let me say, he didn't agree with how things were being handled by shinobi in that time period, because it was like, kids are dying, and they're dying for what? Just because adults just want to keep fighting and stuff, and he didn't agree with it. Yeah, it was really good to see Hashirama's perspective of the ninja war and how shinobis were at that time. Now, really didn't get much insight on Tobirama. Surprisingly didn't really get much insight on Itama, especially since like the next panel or two he got killed off by a Uchiha. Now, it wasn't Madara, because this Uchiha had like a scar beneath his right eye, judging by the way he was facing the panel. So we don't know who he is, but he did get killed by a Uchiha. So it would sort of make sense if Hashirama, when he got older, or at his current state, when he got a little older, did kill Izuna, and that's why it was like sort of like a huge rivalry between these two, because it's like, you killed my brother, I killed yours. Like, nah, we're definitely going in right now. But nevertheless, after that scene, Hashirama goes back to the lake, and he's hurt because his brother is dead, and Madara's there. Madara's like, yo, what's wrong with you? And Hashirama's like, well, I don't want to talk about it. Basically, Madara yells at him and gets him to tell him that his brother died, and Madara's like, okay, well, I have 4 brothers, and Hashirama's like, oh, okay. And then Madara throws in a little, had 4 brothers actually, and he's like, he has the attitude where it's like, we're shinobi, we could die at any time, like, at the drop of a hat, you and I could die. And he's like, the only way not to die is to show, what you think of your enemy without hiding anything. And Madara gives insight on like how he feels about the war as well. He's like, it's like we need to sort of like, he's basically saying like we need to like stop this nonsense. Like right now, it's just pure nonsense. We're fighting, and it's sort of like he's online with how Hashirama thinks about or what Hashirama thinks of the war. So you can see that these two are sort of building somewhat of a mature friendship, and I like that again because, you know, it goes to show you that these two weren't just born as rivals, so to speak. You know, their clans are at war right now, but these two weren't just, they didn't meet up and was like, well, I want to kick your ass and you're an Uchiha. Like, you see them having some kind of friendship, some kind of bond growing between these two, again, like Naruto and Sasuke. But the main thing is that, you know, it's a mature bond. It isn't just, hey, let's joke around and throw pebbles. It's like, we have views on this war, and, you know, Madara's, you know, idea for the Moon Eye plan is so that he can, you know, basically create peace, and so that there is no more war, there is no more death, or that's what he's saying it is. And, you know, it would be cool to see if Hashirama actually agrees with the plan. Like, say in the future, these two, you know, Hashirama and Madara sit down, and Madara is like, hey, you know what, I have this plan. I want to throw basically a worldwide genjutsu on the moon, so everybody looks at it and there is no war. And say Hashirama is like, you know, that'd be a good idea to stop it. And then along the lines, he's like, nah, you know what, this is kind of bullshit. Like, we're controlling people against their will. I want to do it, you know, naturally through peace. And Madara's like, nah, we had an agreement. And maybe that's what split them off. That would be cool. Or the fact that, again, Hashirama actually kills Izuna, you know, not just because one of the Uchiha members, or let's say one of Madara's brothers, actually killed him or something like that, or Izuna killed Itama, just because, you know, it's like, you know, you took my brother away. So it would be cool to see if Hashirama actually killed Izuna, and not really killed him, but because Izuna actually died on the battlefield. We don't know if it was during the time that Madara was fighting Hashirama, or during the time that, it might have been during the time where Hashirama was heading towards, you know, they were going towards a mission, and Izuna popped out and boom, had to murk him. He was blind, he was holding his own. But, or maybe it was Tobirama, because again, Tobirama has more hate towards the Uchiha clan than Hashirama. And again, maybe Tobirama's hate towards the Uchiha clan is due to Itama being killed. Anyway, nevertheless, let me start speculating, and to say that I did really enjoy this chapter. It was really informative. We got to see a new Senju brother who got killed off pretty damn quick, but it was cool to see that, and it gave us some insight on how Hashirama and Madara think as individuals towards the wars that are occurring at this time, and gave a little bit of some insight on why Madara actually thinks the way he thinks, and maybe why he wants to do the Moon Eye plan. So again, this is Sean from 4GLU, 4 Geeks Like You. Stay tuned for more reviews, and I definitely can't wait to see what happens next, and hopefully we get a little time skip between Hashirama and Madara's story here. But all in all, great chapter. See you guys later. Have a good one.